vegetarians, welcome to paradise. I'm about to take you on a journey of turning a small piece of land into a vibrant food forest. Come take a walk with me. We're about ready to get more wood chips, but the 30 dump truck loads we got delivered 5 years ago has been an amazing start to our Back to Eden garden method. Trees have so many benefits and should not be overlooked. Give it a try. In our arsenal against the mighty forces of unsustainability, we wield mighty weapons like the Compost Accelerator 2000 and the Rain Collector of Destiny. Now, what we have here is just one of our many grow areas that's being prepped for regenerative gardening this season. This is our food forest, an all-you-can-eat buffet. If you're a squirrel or a bird or a rabbit. All right, let's take a look over here. All right. Ow! Just got pricked by a thorn from a rose bush. All right. Well, rose bushes have thorns. This is a rose bush. We have 2 fall gold raspberries that I'm going to plant out tomorrow. These are going to be nice perennial bushes that are going to keep on giving you raspberries. Plant a couple of these. Catmint bush. Now, if you rub your fingers on it, oh man, that mint smells amazing. Now, obviously, you can see that there's wood chips around it. It's going to help contain it because mint are aggressive growers and they can get unwieldy. But we have a bunch more rose bushes down here. So when these flower, these are going to be really good things that attract pollinators. So a bunch of birds and insects. All right, next we have over here, we have our hazelnut tree. This one has some nice leaves on it. We have our no-till bed right here, which I planted garlic on this side, onion on this side. I think we have some garlic. Oh, we have some nice garlic poking through here. See that right there. We have our Siberian peach tree. I took about 35 cuttings from this tree before I planted it. This thing is coming back nicely. Lots of leaves on there looking vibrant. I hope all of those trees take, but keep my fingers crossed. We have some elephant garlic on this side. We have some more onions over here. And we get to our pawpaw section, which pawpaws, if you didn't know, are native to New Jersey. Edible fruits. Got a leaf on that one. We come to another pawpaw tree here. This one has about 4 leaves growing good. Nice spring growth. We have 2 high-yielding blueberry bushes that I'm going to plant out tomorrow. These are flowering nicely. Okay, I think we're going to get some blueberries this year. Coming along here, we have another bed with some onions and some ginger that I planted out that's poking through. Look at that. Some nice growth. Next, we have our nectarine tree, one of our nectarine trees. We have this is flowering nicely. Some of the petals fell off of this one. It's looking like we might get some nectarines this year. This is the first year I planted this old. Took some cuttings off of that one too. Hopefully those take. What do we have here? We have chestnut tree. This one has some little bulbs that are starting to leaf out right here. And we have some blueberry bushes that I'm going to plant out tomorrow also. Chandler blueberry and top hat blueberry. What do we have next? What do we have? Another chestnut tree. This one's little mini bulbs, getting a little bit of growth early spring. We're getting to our last frost day. think it's tomorrow or today, if I'm not mistaken. We have another blueberry bush that I planted out a couple weeks ago. This one is doing great. We have another nectarine tree. Lots of flowers on this one. The petals fell off, but if the bees do what they do and pollinate this thing, we're gonna have some nice fruit on here. I'll probably trellis this one a little better. Walking through here, lots of bushes with some flowers. Everything is native. In this section, a lot of native bushes, shrubs and stuff. We have our last pawpaw. So we have 1, 2, 3 pawpaw up front. We got a few more pawpaw in the back. This one's leafing out nicely. 1, 2, 4 leaves on that one. And then we have a row here. This one's probably about 10 in this row, but we have a row of willow. This one's Viganella willow. I think they also call this one Japanese willow. But there's probably about 10 cuttings here that I rooted out in the house and then brought them outside. But they're all doing really well. Some of them are doing better than others. But it's hard to see because of the grass around it, but those are going to take off. We have another row of willow here. Probably about another 10 cuttings here. This is the curly willow. The vines like to curl and do strange things. And our last thing right here, next to the pawpaw, which is leafing out. This one has 2 little leaves. I hope that one starts to take off more. I might give that one a little bit more water. Maybe that'll help it. And we have some more willow right here. This is our packing tape willow. I'll try to peel back the grass here, get a closer look. You kind of see stiff cutting right here. All doing well. And that concludes our front section of our food forest. See how these are all different things? Yes. Ah, shit! Get off me. That bitch is unforgiving. I'm cutting this back tomorrow. Motherfucker. Looks like 2 blackberry trees growing in that almond container right there, hanging on a PVC pipe. I don't know what that is. They're all probably weeds, but they all look a little bit different here and there. But it was an experiment where I was trying to show people that no matter what your circumstances, how small space you have, you can still grow in containers. Everyone can do their part to provide food for themselves and grow their own food. So what I did was I took a couple, 1, 2, this is about 4, 8 almond milk containers, some repurposed fencing, just used my mind and, went on see who's trying to get rid of some old stuff, some old junk, and repurposed it. So this didn't cost anything. Screwed it to the porch, got a piece of PVC pipe from Home Depot. That might have cost me maybe 10 bucks. These, we were using almond milk anyways, so I just opened up the containers with a knife and put some soil in them and planted in them. Now, granted, these were all annuals planted in these containers, so they didn't come back the next year. And I'm growing in the ground, growing in a lot of grow bags back in the back, so in raised beds. So I didn't really need these. It was more of an experiment, but it was a successful experiment. We grew pole beans. We grew all types of leafy greens in here, spinach, lettuce. It worked. So make sure you put holes in the bottom. Don't be one of those people that grow and wonder why it didn't work out because you didn't put holes in the bottom and it flooded out and drowned your vegetables. So, but you can grow in anything damn near. Let's come down here to my homemade trusty raised beds. These have been here for about 4 years. As you can see, this looked like the repurposed fencing I was just telling you about that I made those that container little trellis with. But I repurposed some old fencing. I had a neighbor a few blocks away that was getting rid of some old fencing, and I went and picked it up. And these are the posts that go into the ground to get cemented into the ground, and I made some raised beds out of them. But they've been holding up 4 years so far. But these are turnips that are now going to seed. These are all flowering out. So I'm really, you know, I just want this for the seed. That's why I'm letting them flower. You know, I haven't taken out the turnips and harvested those, but or the greens. But these are going to provide a lot of seeds here. But there's 3 beds. All right. Follow me. In this section right here, this thing it's about to be flooded with all wild blackberries. They still have thorns on them. These are not the grocery store brand. What do we have over here? We have some, this is a couple black cherry trees right here. This tree has been spreading those seeds all over the yard. We have black cherry trees popping up all over. And we have some of our grow bags. These are, I believe, 50-gallon grow bags. All right, a couple experiments in here. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but I was taking cuttings. This is an American holly, taking cuttings from it. We have our, on a side note, we have a blueberry bush here in an enclosure. We've had this blueberry bush for about 4 years. This thing has been giving us lots and lots of blueberries each year. And we also have I'll lift this off so you can see. We also have a grapevine over here. So I'll try to separate this so you can, nope, no can do, no separating. The grapevine has sent out little tentacles and has attached itself to the blueberry. But you can kind of see the difference if you come closer. The leaves of the grapevine, which you can see the difference. It looks drastically different than the blueberry bush. But hopefully we get some nice grapes here. I'm going to trellis that because a bushel or a bunch, whatever you call a group of grapes, it's not going to be able to hold up, sustained by the grapevine and the blueberry bush. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Whoa. All right. What else we have over here? We have some bushes that I'm going to take some cuttings from. These are not the edible ones, but we have another edible bush here. If I'm not mistaken, this is, I want to say blueberry or raspberry. It's one of them, but it's in a container. Another controlled experiment just to see how well that does in a container. Yeah, get a good look at that one. Here we have an enclosure where I have a bunch of grow bags from 5-gallon, 10-gallon, 20-gallon, 30-gallon, 50-gallon, and 100-gallon grow bags right here, where I started out, and just like probably your average gardener that is passionate and gets more serious about what they're doing, they start small and level up. It's a process. Everybody goes through it, and you know it's something you care about over time. But you start to learn more and start to understand. Oh, you know, you get your little first experience of success when you plant a seed and it grows. You reap what you sow. So you're like, oh, I want to do more of that. It felt good. You know, it released some endorphins. I want to do that again and again and again. And we all go through that process. And, you know, like I said, it started with a 5-gallon bag and then transformed all the way to 100-gallon bag. And then I'm like, I want to do more. So now I'm doing, you know, the natural process was going into growing in the ground. So we kind of ditched the bags. I'm not yet sure what I'm going to do with the bags yet, but as you can see, there's moss growing on it because I didn't do what I should have did. You know, kind of a somewhat lazy gardener. So So I didn't take the soil out and wash them at the end of each year and then bring them back outside. I don't think most people are doing that. Let's keep it real. So yeah, there's over 100 bags here. These are worth something. So I'm still, debating on what I'm going to do with those. Might do a giveaway. People who are doing the most comments and subscribed. We'll see if we can work something out. I'll give away all of these grow bags and whatever advice that you want in person. Let's work on that. And right here in front of me, let's turn to something I've left up as more of a memento, because this was the first raised bed that I ever made in my life. I'm effing proud of it. I know it looks crazy. I know there's nothing edible growing in here, nothing edible that I'm going to eat growing in here, but I don't care. This thing I was proud of. I think, all right, I think this is like an old broomstick or mop stick. And I'm like, I'm on a budget. I wasn't making much money at the time. I'm like, I want to grow. What can I do? So I know you can see the sides a little bit brown because this was the old fencing that I repurposed. Of course, I put the paint side on the outside, but I'm like, scrapping up pieces of wood, whatever I can do. Welcome to our dinner table. Now, although we're only feasting on witch sandwiches, air pudding, and wind dip, please subscribe and join us on our next harvest, where we will have a table full of vegetables grown from regenerative gardening, brought to you from Root Healthy Plants. See you on the next one.